Hi, this is Kong. This is the Kalk King doser system. I'm going to demonstrate how to set it up for you. Okay, this is the Kalk King colored, very detailed instruction manual that you can go through it also. So Kalk King is packaged in a very safe and sturdy packaging. And when you take it out, so this is the main unit, which is the dozer. Okay, so the whole thing just come out like that. Okay, inside it contains a lot of parts for you to set it up the whole Kalk King system. A magnetic coupled flow switch. 12 feet of flexible hose, and then some of the accessories which I will explain later on. And also it has a very precise and good pH probe, and basically the rest here is just the Kalkwasser reaction chamber, okay, which I'll show you how to set this up. Okay, so basically let me hang on here first. And on this side, you see, it's very well packaged. You have the pH meter and the cable to connect the pH meter to the computer, and also you have a DC, AC to DC inverter for the powering the power. And there's another one that if you don't use the battery for the pH meter, you can also plug it out too. And there are two extra pumps here. One is for the feed pump, which is feeding the reaction chamber, and the other is bypassing the reaction chamber in case your pH setting limit is over. And the last component you can see here would be the computer control unit here. Okay, so everything is set up. All the parts are here. Okay, and this is a nice sturdy cover for the reaction chamber. Okay, the first thing to set up will be the reaction chamber output tube. So basically what it has a black O-ring. So you just plug it over here and just put the O-ring into it, and then you just screw in. And actually, since this one is not pressurized, so you can really just hand tight it. The trick is to make this L tip about 45 degrees angle, and when it's tight, it's okay. And the next thing you're going to do is to set up all the inputs to the computer unit. So over here on the chamber, it already installed the stir pump here, so you don't have to install that. So all you have to do is to plug this cable into the yellow. It has the yellow mixed pump plug, and then go ahead and take out another pump. This one is the red color, which is the feed pump. The feed pump is the pump that fit into the reaction chamber. So you just plug the red to the red, and the last one will be the blue one, which is the bypass pump. Bypass pump is used to bypass the reaction chamber. So when the user set limit is over, then basically this pump will just pump water into your tank, fresh water into the tank. So you plug it in like that, and of course this is the flow switch assembly. Is a very nice, strong magnetic combo flow switch. So all you have to do is to find a location in your sump or in the tank where you want to maintain the water level, and basically just like that. Okay? And if for sumpless installation where you have to invert it to the install, you just install it like that too. You know, you can install it outside or inside, and this outer magnetic will just keep it secure. And you basically just plug this into the flow switch over here, and then here comes the pH probe. So of course, you know, you need to calibrate the pH probe before use. Okay, so but to connect it is still very straightforward, and you just have to you know, make sure the cables are all not dangling up like that. Okay, so okay, you just basically plug it into from pH probe, put it over here, and just find a location in your tank far away from the outlet of the reaction chamber, and just plug it in. And the last equipment you want to plug it in, this is the temperature compensated pH display or pH meter. So basically this plug into the supplied PNC cable. One side goes to the controller, and the other side goes to the pH meter. Okay? Basically now you have all the electrical connection. Besides the last one, of course, is the power supply. Okay? And basically you just take this out and plug it into the power supply plug. There you are. And this goes, of course, to the wall. The package comes with two a pH probe calibration powder. You just mix this with the ionized water or our water, and then you can easily calibrate your pH probe before use. Okay, here are the accessories. So you have, we supply you with two filtered bags, so you can filter the water for the feed pump and the bypass pump before they get into your tank, the water. So inside one of the bags, you will find the screws and for the reaction chamber cover, and some three leveling screws for leveling the calcium in the Kalkwasser reaction chamber onto the sump or your back on your tank. Okay. We supply you with two very premium class check valves that will last for a long time, and all this is you have to just plug one side to the pump, to each of the two pumps. That will control the exact amount of water that you want to deliver. Okay, like that. We supply you with an uncut 12 feet flexible hose that you can cut it to your own requirement. You know, we don't know how long your sump to your tank or that kind of situation. So basically, you just cut it per your situation. Okay, so after that, you just put these two pumps into the freshwater reservoir. Okay, so since I don't have a two reservoir, just put it into one of my demo tank here, and then for the bypass pump, okay, this is the fit pump. You basically just connect it to the input side of the reaction chamber. And for the other one, which is the bypass pump, you just put it through the side hole of this side and get into the tank. So pretty much you have now set up all the connections. So now is the time to power up the unit and give you some functional check that the computer will do for you. So first of all, when you come with the pH meter, the battery has a tape there. You have to pull it out in order for it to use the battery. Otherwise, the battery is not consumed. And of course, later on you can plug an AC adapter if you want. So right now, since the power is not turned on, so the reading on it is kind of like meaningless for now. So if you turn it, when I turn it on the device, you would hear the controller would give you a beep sound, and then it will exercise the beep pump for 3 seconds, and the bypass pump, and then it beeps 2 times to say the flow switch is off. Okay, so now is the time to add in water into the reaction chamber. So don't add it to the brim or full yet. Add it just enough to cover the pump, because there may be some air in there that you need to flush out once you power up the unit. So I'm going to power up the unit again. It will light on the fit pump, the bypass pump, and now it will exercise this pump, and then it will go through the mixing cycle. So this is the time you want to, you see, once you take care of the air, the water here is basically just mixing, and then you can start adding, filling up to the rim. I've put up a little container here to act as a reservoir. So I'm going to put the 2 pumps, the bypass pump and the feed pump, into there for starter. And now, okay, so you can see the light is blinking 2 times, meaning it's mixing function. So this time you can add it for 1 gallon per day consumption. To start, you can put 14 level of teaspoon of Kalkwasser into it per week. So you can see it's mixing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So in the menu, it tells you how much to put in for your application. So I'm just doing some demo here, so I'm just putting 14 level teaspoon in here. It's very quickly, you can see it's mixing fluently, and then all you have to do is to cover up the whole thing. So you just tighten it up, the 4th screw, and then it is shielded. Okay, I have tightened it up, and you can see, the Kalkwasser is being mixing through in here, and the factory default is when it powers up, it will mix it up for 10 minutes and then let it settle for 5 minutes. And this cycle is happening once every 2 hours. But everything is programmable. And in the next episode, I'm going to show you how to program the Kalk King to the condition or situation of the tank. Okay. While still mixing, I show you how to set up your pH limit. So there's a set pH limit locate position. You just flip it over here. Right now you see there it's reading 8.44, which means it's setting to 8.44, but you can tune it. You see here? You can tune it, it will 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, 8.5, anything in this range is fine. But initially you would like to set it to around 8.3. Okay? So now we are it's not, it's easy to set it up to around. Okay, so right now it's 8.28, that's fine. And then if you flip it to the light probe, which is measuring the light probe, right now it's 4.44, because this probe is a solution, protective solution, which has a low pH value of 4.44. So that's why it's reading 4.44 right now. So we're not calibrating it yet. So you can see now the computer is blipping on 3 things. 3 things meaning it's in settling period 5 minutes. So you can see the Kalkwasser is settling down in this region. Okay, and gradually. Okay, so now it's passing the settle period. Then every 8 seconds, it's going to stir the powder for half a second to pretty much make sure any new water coming into the Kalk reactor will be well mixed, because the water can only go into here and come down to here and get mixed here before gradually coming up and coming out into the tank. So only clear saturated Kalkwasser solution will be going to the tank. I mean, for 1 gallon a day consumption, the newly added water will take hours before it will rise up to here. So that's why it has a very plenty of time to get mixed up. So you get guaranteed saturated clear Kalkwasser solution getting into the tank. So at factory default, right now there's no feeding of solution or clear water into the chamber, because the flow switch basically is at off position. So if we put it into the on position, now this tells the system that, hey, your tank water level is low, so we need to add water into it. So right now, since the pH is the live pH is lower than the pH limit, therefore the feed pump will be on once every 20 seconds to feed into the chamber, and from the chamber into your tank. So now, since the flow switch says it's low, so every 20 seconds the feed pump will be on and feeding water into the reaction chamber. You see? So now it's feeding, and once it's feed, of course, the water will flow into your tank, and that starts the Kalkwasser feeding cycle. And when during next episode, I'm going to show you, how to control the computer to deliver different amount of water output per your tank. But basically, this is the setup of the Kalk King, and you can see it's not complicated. It has all the testing and functional check for you to make sure that all the 3 pumps are working, and then the stirring is happening. You see, every 8 seconds is stirring, so that it's created a stir in it. But all the stirring is done in this area. The clear solution, which is saturated one, is always over there. And I can show you that every 20 seconds, the solution or the Kalkwasser solution is being fed into, you see, it's coming out from the reactor now. Okay, and the amount I'm putting in right now is a little bit more, because I want to show you that it's really coming out. But that amount can be controlled by you anytime to 1 mil, 2 mils, 5 mils, up to tens of mil per delivery every 20 seconds. Okay, and you can see the reservoir is here that I put it in just to do the demo for you.